He said that really set the tone, but they'll have the ball first tonight. Elijah Slidebeck kicks off for UVA. Short and a fair catch made by Samir Hagans. 0.6 points per game. Only Pitt scored more points per game among ACC teams. Quick pass to Landon King, one of their tight ends. He was sacked 4 times. That was a season high. Nate Sheppard, the freshman running back Taylor McGregor was talking about, taken down by Jason Hammond. Out of the pistol, Castle remains the running back, and he slams ahead for a first down. It's a nice duo. Sheppard, semi-finalist for the Joe Moore Award, is the best offensive line in the country. They give Mensah plenty of time. Sheppard took the check down, broke a tackle from James Jackson. Sheppard has the first down. Castle went in motion to the left. It's a screen to the right. And Keyshawn Brown is dumped for a loss of 2. Mensah hit as he throws. Still got it to Barkate. And they've pretty well done that. They do have some tricks up their sleeve, we are told, perhaps for later on. 3rd down and 7. Mensah rolling left, has a receiver, has a first down. Samir Hagans. 4-man rush. They get pressure on Mensah. He dumped it over the middle. And Hasley upended, well short of the first down, with Castle the running back. They faked it to Castle, and it's caught for a first down at the 25-yard line. He has his offensive coordinator, Johnny Brewer.
And this is big time by Mensah. Watch the defender, number 4, eyes in the backfield the whole way. He sees it, but he had to put it on him immediately. That was a very tight window that Mensah had to thread the needle through, and that's just a big-time conversion.
They've taken up just about half of the quarter. Nate Sheppard, a nice catch. He has another Duke first down. A 9.5-minute drive. A Virginia blitz. A screen against it. Jeremiah Hasley, touchdown. Nine on the drive for 60 yards in the TD.
And how about the run after contact by Hasley? Runs through the tackle of Hardy and finds his way into the end zone.
A 24-year-old in his first year at Virginia. Fake the toss, throws down the hash marks, caught by Trell Harris. Their leading receiving threat, that's his 57th catch of the year, good for 23 yards.
And look at the effect.
He's a terrific thrower on the move. He pitches it to Whaley, drags tacklers with him. Trey Freeman. So job 1 tonight is to cage Morris, keep him in the pocket. He throws the quick hitter out wide to Harrison Whaley for a first down. All ACC. Whaley again behind that offensive line. Good call by Des Kitchings, their offensive coordinator.
Running backs, both of them, outstanding.
Nothing doing that time for Whaley. He's dropped for a 1-yard loss by Tyshawn Reed. They've struggled for a lot of the year on defense, particularly pass coverage. Morris, they caged him in that time and dropped him back at the 28-yard line. Wesley Williams was there. And the other end, Vincent Anthony nearby as well for a 5-yard sack.
And this is perfect execution with the pass rush. Watch both defensive ends. They don't.
On the opening drive tonight, had 5 first downs on their way to the touchdown. The collision, Samir Hagans ran into some of his own buddies, and Ethan Minter was there to drop him for the UVA defense. Darian Mensah intercepted, underthrew his intended receiver, and it was picked off by Corey Costner. Well short of Cooper Barkate.
And you're going to see Mensah's eyes straight ahead trying to hold off the defender. Look at the line of his helmet, straight ahead. He never locates the under presence. He never sees it. He gets his eyes there too late, and by that point, he's already made the decision to throw the ball, and it was a really poor decision at that. And in an effort to try to talk somebody out of it.
Second interception for the freshman from Baltimore, Costner. Morris comes out rolling out on first down, fires to the sideline and caught. Legal procedure penalty against Virginia. Jamari Taylor taken down from behind, just shy of the line to gain. Really been a lifesaver for this Duke defense. On the check down, Jamari Taylor. Nifty run after the catch and a touchdown.
This is just beautifully done. Taylor's out in the flat. There's an unblocked defender on the end of the line of scrimmage that Morris is responsible for. So he has to get outside him, get with, and then look at the run after catch. I mean, Taylor is so agile laterally. He does this every single week. Right foot right there, makes a miss. And Callahan, who's filling in for Robinson, not normally a starter, but does play some. A big whiff on the tackle leads to the touchdown.
For Jamari Taylor. As Molly told you at the beginning of the telecast, out of high school, he was a quarterback. Given plenty of time, dumps it off over the middle for Sheppard, fighting for every inch. 2 yards short of the first down. A little over a year ahead. Oh, there's a fake punt on a short snap. And Duke executes it to pick up the first down. On 2nd and 9, Mensah surrounded, got it off, and a nice diving catch made by Cooper Barkate. And they give it to him for a first down. Crossed midfield before he got driven back. Including the game-winning touchdowns. They came from behind to win in Chapel Hill. And they put up a lot of points in those games, including the regular season finale. And they scored 49 against Wake Forest. Mensah stripped, the ball knocked out of his hand by Daniel Rickert. Duke got it back, but a big loss on the play. Player in his first year at UVA after 5 at Tennessee Tech.
And just a beautiful rush, too, with the spin move working against Fina, the left tackle. They're probably going to have to help these tackles a bit. These defensive ends are disruptive. They're fast. And this is a spin move off the edge that I'm not sure what you ought to do outside of just holding the guy. They have a tight end there to kind of talk him out of it. But watch how he sets it, spins it, and turns the edge.
Goes as a sack for UVA, their first of the night for a 9-yard loss. Mensah on 3rd and 14. Deep ball, single coverage. Diving catch made by Samir Higgins. Manny wants them to get there quickly, probably to try to take away a possible replay review. Drew Mestamaker of North Texas, Jaden Mayaba of USC, the only quarterbacks with more. He's a terrific deep ball thrower. Sheppard stayed on his feet and scores. Kept the drive going. And then Sheppard added to his school record for a single season for touchdowns by a freshman. Tulane and James Madison. In addition to here's Chandler Morris running away from the rush. They didn't cage him in that time. He got 8. The committee, they're deserving of it by virtue of their victories with Notre Dame for sure. Perhaps with Alabama after the Tide lost today to Georgia in the SEC Championship game. Here's Jamari Taylor, good move, and he got enough for the first down. Taylor on 3rd down and less than a yard picks up the first down for Virginia. Down to 4:20 to go in the half. Cameron Courtney was the motion man. He's wide open at the far sideline. 32 first-year transfer players, including Morris to Taylor, both first-year transfers. We've run only 19 offensive plays in the half against a 4-man rush. Back shoulder throw caught Jamal Edgerrin yanked down, 46-yard line, first down. Chad's here tonight. He's taking a year out from coaching to watch his son play. Chandler on target, short of the first down. Down is Trell Harris.
Which is big when it comes to the evaluation between Miami and Notre Dame.
Yes, that'll be another big question. Straight ahead is Anderson Castle. Those rankings are brought to us by AT&T. It's looking like it's going to come down to 3 teams for 2 spots. Alabama, Notre Dame, and Miami. James Madison put into the rankings at number 25 and think they deserve that. Again, the committee seemed to be saying, hey, Duke, even if you win, we've got James Madison ranked ahead of you, and they won. Nate Sheppard, the go-ahead touchdown. Here's Cam Ross in trouble and drop for a big loss by Wesley Williams. Back at the 13-yard line. They lost 12 on the first play of the second half.
And just a great job by Wesley Williams staying wide. Looks like he's going to...
Chandler Morris, 10 out of 15 for 77 yards in the first half. Deep ball, open receiver. Caught, and a great job by Ross to hang on as he got popped twice.
There by Chandler Morris. Deep in his own territory between 2 defenders. Gets it up and down perfectly. You got to deliver that seam ball under 22 yards. If it goes beyond that, that's when the safety can get involved. And just a moment later, and that's a big collision. And how about Ross hanging onto that ball as Stone goes down and kind of motion to the sideline looking at his shoulder. That was massive.
Didn't have the ball very much. It is Jamari Taylor. Nice haul on the left side. And he skips ahead near midfield. There's Taylor McGregor. Taylor remains the running back. The view from umpire Cam. Direct snap to Taylor. They've used that over and over again to great success all season long. Dropped off for Whaley. Good tackle. 40-yard line run down by Luke Mergott. 3rd down and 6. Cam Ross went in motion. 3 receivers now to the right of Chandler Morris. Duke blitzes. Jamari Taylor ran past it. And if Kendall Johnson didn't make the tackle, Deshaun Stone is back on the field now after he was helped off moments ago. Big run. Harrison Whaley taken down at the 16-yard line for 62 yards in their win at Duke.
And this was a great play a moment ago on the run. How about the block by Josie, the left guard? He's able to secure the defensive.
Outside the pocket. Both numbers were season highs. It's a run for Jamari Taylor and a first down. Out of the pistol now with Taylor, the running back. Mergott blitzed up the middle. Morris slips down for a loss. Aaron Hall there. Here's Bettridge. Missed from 45. This is from 24. And it's good. Nate Sheppard gets the call on first down. Rips through the hole and has a first down with a 13-yard gain.
And this was really nicely done. Watch the cut here by Sheppard. Really well blocked. Good kick out there by the left guard, Bradley Smith. He breaks it to the outside, and Sheppard fed a lot in that.
Spotted it on the 32, so a 12-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 3. Mensah deep ball for Barkate. He makes the catch. Cooper Barkate out of bounds, well into UVA territory at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, man coverage across the board, and Prevard grabs with the left hand of the face mask. Barkate goes right behind him, and another nice throw by Mensah on a downfield. Drags him to the outside shoulder. If you keep him upfield, it might be a touchdown, but great job tracking it there by Barkate. And there's the explosiveness, Sean, that Duke has thrived on all season long.
Mensah, lots of room, takes the check down to Quayshawn Brown. Avoided a couple of tackles and made it to the 10. He's 6 for 6 this year inside 40 yards, and now a perfect 7 for 7. Temperature down to 38 degrees now here in Charlotte, noticeably cooler. Running through the cold air in his hometown, Jamari Taylor. They give it to him again. Nice cut back to the left. Turned what might have been 3rd down and 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Harrison Whaley. They are just playing in a difficult season for the Duke defense. They're having one of their best nights so far tonight. Blitz up the middle. Mergott apparently timed it perfectly. Morris got hit. He still fired a completion. Jamal Edrin tough to take down inside the 30. Morris paid the price as he got belted by Wesley Williams, who's had another very good night for Duke.
And this was outstanding job. Great pick up there by Taylor in protection. And it gets leveled, but somehow is still able to be at. They're very comfortable running it in this down and distance.
And they do with Taylor. He broke a tackle. And now a decision to make. The opening seconds of the 4th quarter, a huge play. Morris going to the end zone in double coverage, and it's broken up. Morris was not sacked at all in the regular season meeting. Wasn't really even hit that much. Nate Sheppard rips through a hole, 1st down. Gives the ball to Anderson Castle. They're 4 out of 10 on 3rd down. You like their chances with Castle. 1st down, Duke. Sheppard backpedaling.
Just got to point to strength of schedule and scream it from the rooftops. That's the only thing that's in their favor.
Mensah, the ball's loose. And it's covered by Sheppard. That was a fumble. And a small loss on the play of a yard. Out of the end zone, Morris. And it's intercepted. The screen looked like he had 2 receivers breaking open, but the ball wasn't thrown anywhere near them. 8th career pick for the transfer from Sam Houston. 1 turnover for each team. Each quarterback's thrown 1 interception. Mensah trying to make it hurt immediately. Barkate the catch inside the 5. Pass play.
And that's called going for the jugular. You get sudden change. You're in plus territory. Your coach gives you the green light. Boys, we're going for the kill shot. Throws a shot right down the sideline. Beautiful adjustment by Barkate. And has Duke knocking on the door again. You gotta love it. As Darian Mensah's family's looking on.
On 1st and goal, Castle stacked up. Might have even lost a half yard. Devin Neal, part of the. Ideally, they'd love to score on 3rd down, take as much time off the clock as they can. Big collision, and Castle belted down by Jacob Holmes, the senior from Phoenix. Duke history. Only Ross Martin has more career points. Polino adds 3 more to his total. Survived the ground.
Yeah, they made a point that he was an upright receiver. I disagree from that point.
Morris on 1st down throws for Sage Ennis, incomplete.
As fast as humanly possible.
Steps up into a clean pocket on target. Here's Cam Ross. He slips down at the 40. One they really have to have with under 4 minutes to go, and he made it right down the middle for the senior from Miami. Nate Sheppard, the running back. And a tough run. He got 5, just kept surging forward. Jameer Carter. Anderson Castle, the running back. Will they risk a throw that might stop the clock on an incompletion? Yes, they will. Mensah starting to think about running. Now he's running for his life. Throws down the field. Caught! Barkate across the 45.
Unbelievable job by Darian Mensah. Steps up. Thought he was going to collapse around him. He spins his way out of it. Reverses field. And how about Barkate coming all the way across? adjusts the formation. He was wide to the left, stayed to the left, was actually running a deep ball. Instead, he sees his quarterback's in trouble. He's got to get in his vision, puts up the mailman, and goes and makes a play for a massive third down conversion for the Blue Devils.
And another big night. Out of the end zone, Morris. Quick connection to Cam Ross. He is stacked up short of the line to gain. The clock is running. Morris with pressure coming from Williams. Another completion. Edgerrin, there's a flag down, as you see, in the secondary right by the line to gain.
Might be able to create a big play with his legs.
They're without Trell Harris, their leading wide receiver, who injured his leg earlier. Jamari Taylor breaks a tackle. Jamari Taylor banged down short of the first down. You make sure you get the first down. That's what it looks like they're trying to do. And then a lot more. Whaley down to the 33-yard line.
Again, as a fifth-year player, a big collision as Whaley ran right through him, and hopefully Weaver's okay. But that's huge because of the communication absence.
Without Weaver, the starter in the game. Morris on 2nd and 10. Rolls right, throws, sideline, lunging out of bounds, Eli Wood. Morris throws, caught for a first down. To the 18-yard line to Cam Ross. A 9-yard gain. They're going quickly. 25 seconds to go to the end zone. It is caught by Wood for a touchdown. The official threw his hat. He was out of bounds for sure and came back in.
Well, he was forced out, obviously, by Callahan. Does he come back in and establish himself? It looks like he does. Talking on the sideline, they're, of course, going to review every play. But what a moment there for the Hoos. 10 plays, 96 yards in just a minute and 22 seconds to potentially tie the game.
ACC Championship game. We're 22 seconds away from it, perhaps. Now Higgins will try to bring it back. And he gets yanked down at the 12-yard line. Can Darian Mensah and the Blue Devils regroup after it looked like they had victory in their grasp? Nate Sheppard on first down. Gets another first down with an 11-yard run.
You can run the ball.
Duke has not played an overtime game this year. They've lost 10 games in a row to ranked opponents. They thought they were going to end that streak tonight. They still very well might. Nate Sheppard gets them inside the 10. Sheppard, the running back, he's up to 90 yards on 20 carries. He's had a phenomenal freshman year. He powers down inside the 5 and down to the 1. And now they bring the touchdown score from close range, Anderson Castle, into the game. 11 rushing touchdowns. Castle stopped at the line of scrimmage. Fisher K-Mac. Castle stays in the block. Mensah, end zone touchdown! Jeremiah Hasley! There's a flag down way back at the 20. Selves blew the lead. Took them 4 tries to get it in from the 1, but they did.
And the exact same play, just out of a slightly different formation on 2nd down. Sprint right option. But the option route was covered. They did a great job defensively, Virginia, making sure they took away Brown, which forced Mensah to come all the way back and hit the guy that's traditionally used as the rub guy, the pick guy. And Hasley's right there uncovered. He finds him. And that's a great job staying poised on the move by his quarterback. And Diaz gives him a big hug, just bailed him out after a great defensive play.
Another 4th down conversion there. 4th. They go to a trick play. Taylor threw it back to Morris. It is intercepted! Intercepted by Luke Mergott! And Duke has won the ACC!